Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to give you my final thoughts on the 2023 Lexus LC500 Convertible, and this is going to be a slightly different style and format of video, so let me know your feedback and comments down in the comment section below after watching. But anyways, let's not waste your time and get right into it. So the car I'm driving is a 2023 Lexus LC500 Convertible finished in the Cloudburst Gray with the red accented interior. Now, if you haven't seen my likes and dislikes video, make sure to check it out after this one because there is a ton to like about this vehicle and just a few negative aspects that I will touch on a little bit later in this video. Anyways, every LC500 convertible is powered by the 5-liter naturally aspirated V8 paired to the 10-speed torque-converted automatic transmission. Now, if you do opt for the coupe version of the LC500, this has the option of a hybrid powertrain, which is an Atkinson cycle 3.5-liter naturally aspirated V6 engine paired with electric motors and a small battery pack. But personally, I would probably stick to the V8 engine just for some of the additional enjoyment. Now, with the V8, the LC500 can accelerate 0 to 60 in the mid 4-second range and sounds absolutely phenomenal while doing so both inside and outside of the cabin. So that is just another reason why you should opt for the V8 over that hybrid if you are getting the coupe. So I wanted to start out this drive with the top up to hopefully showcase just how quiet the LC can be on the interior here in the convertible body style. This combined with the overall comfort, grand tourer feel of this car makes for a great daily driver or even a road trip cruiser in some regards out on the interstate, even with the top down, believe it or not. So overall, that is one of the key aspects that I really do like about this vehicle. Now, the exterior of this car has always been one of my favorite parts. The elegance is just off the charts with the flowing body lines to the 3D taillights to the large 21-inch optional forged wheels that this particular car does have. Everything just works in terms of the style and design department, and as a whole, it is just drop top gorgeous. See what I did there? Now, on the inside, the LC exudes quality and luxury with its genuine leather materials across the dashboard, the door panels, of course, the seating surfaces. You have real metal finishes on the door handles and some of the other touch points that actually look like it's going to be metal. And the overall ergonomics add to the overall premium experience this has going for it. But I will say there are a few negatives when it does come to some of the technology. Now, being a coupe and a convertible has a few drawbacks, but they are fairly minor and to be expected. Now, the visibility out the back isn't that great with the top up, but of course, once you put the top down, you have pretty much open air experience and visibility becomes a non-issue. Even out the sides of this vehicle, it does have standard blind spot detection to help you, with that side visibility if you're a little bit uncomfortable with the mirror size or looking over your shoulder. So that is another nice tech feature this car has, but overall, visibility out the back and sides is not an issue, especially with the top down. And forward visibility is good too. There is a fairly long hood to accommodate in your overall driving experience, but again, to be expected for this size and style of vehicle. Now, of course, I do go over more of my likes and dislikes in a separate video, but my only real issue with the interior is the infotainment system and some of the older technology inside of the 2023 and prior models. Now, Lexus did update the 2024 interior to a new infotainment system, revise some of the buttons and shortcut menus in the center console area. So make sure to check out my likes and dislikes for a little bit more details on that. But overall, the older touchpad design of this infotainment in this particular vehicle is just terrible to use on a day-to-day basis because you have to do nearly everything through the screen and the touchpad itself. Now, you can adjust some minor HVAC controls through the hard touch buttons on the console, but outside of that, if you want to use your heated ventilated seats, the heated headrests, some of the other multimedia, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, everything like that is through the screen itself. So that is really one of the key drawbacks that I did not like driving this vehicle on a day-to-day basis. But like I said, the good news is they addressed this for 2024, and moving forward, all of the Lexus LC500s will have their newer infotainment system. Now, the digital gauge cluster is cool because it has a physical ring inside of the actual digital cluster itself, and depending on which button you press on the steering wheel and the overall mode that you're adjusting, it'll actually move and slide to the side to give you a little bit more customization in the overall layout that is available with the fairly small digital cluster. overall, like I said, this vehicle did come out several years ago, so it is a little bit on the older side of things, but still has a good amount of customization and does change with the actual drive modes itself. So overall, I really did like that minor detail that they integrate an actual physical ring into the digital cluster, but that is just something that I thought was very cool, and some of the things that goes with the overall luxury and premium quality of this vehicle. Now moving on to the seats, of course, these are going to be very comfortable, very luxurious. They're going to be heated, ventilated, and have the heated headrest, like I mentioned, for those chilly mornings with the top down. Believe it or not, I actually did get to try them out in about 50-degree weather with the top down on a very early morning. And overall, they work very well and easily can make this vehicle drive, in 40-degree weather without much of an issue, or overall, airflow inside of the cabin getting to you, as long as you have, a long sleeve shirt on or something like that. But really, everything works very good in terms of the seating comfort and all of the ventilated heated seat functionality. So that was really not an issue. And speaking of the seats, technically this is a 4-seat vehicle, but is definitely more of a 2-seater car with a shelf in the back, due to just the rear seats being that small. So overall, I would not plan on using the rear seats for passengers, but it is a good storage space for different items and materials. And the trunk space, again, is fairly small for a vehicle like this, but it is usable, again, for about 2 people in this vehicle. So really, storage space, I wouldn't say is a huge issue for the 2-person recommended usage of this vehicle, both in the trunk as well as the additional storage in the back seat. Now, like many newer convertibles out there, this top can be lowered while driving at speeds of up to 31 miles an hour, which is great for cruising through neighborhoods, or if you get caught in that sudden rain shower, you can absolutely put the top up at speed, and it should go up or down in right around 16 seconds, which is fantastic. Again, a fairly quick to operate top, and just nice to have for, the sudden spur of the moments when you want to put it up or down. Now, when it comes to having the top down, this car comes with a wind deflector for the back seats that you can install in just a few seconds, and with the windows up, you can literally have a normal conversation inside this vehicle at speeds of up to 75 or 80 miles an hour or so, which I actually did experience in this vehicle, and it is just phenomenal, the overall cabin design and the lack of airflow that comes inside or intrudes the cabin space at speeds like that with the rear deflector up. So that's just something that Lexus did a fantastic job with, but overall, once the windows do come down, you will have a little bit more airflow. Now, when it comes to the driving dynamics, the ride and handling of this vehicle is absolutely supreme. The adaptive suspension allows for a wide range of settings, from extreme comfort to a fairly sporty ride in Sport Plus mode. Obviously, everything still leans more towards the comfort side of things in the overall computer programming of this vehicle, but I would still argue it is a great mix for daily driving, and the overall experience makes it even more enjoyable, just the range of adjustability and the overall ride quality between the different drive modes. Now, the drive modes of this vehicle actually change the character of this car quite a bit. Comfort and normal modes are somewhat what you expect from this vehicle, but Sport, and especially Sport Plus mode, change the throttle response, the suspension tuning, the transmission, and some other aspects, so you can actually start to hustle this car around corners with relative ease. Now, it's actually incredible just how enjoyable with the top down this vehicle is. Heck, it might actually be the most fun I've had all around in a car in a long time. Top down, Sport Plus, fantastic noises from the 5-liter V8 and exhaust. You really just don't have anything to compare it to, and it's just absolutely incredible. Now, over my 6 days with the car, the computer said I was averaging about 18 mpg in combined, relatively spirited type of driving, and all things considered, I would say it is well worth the enjoyment of the 5-liter V8 of this car, and even worth the sacrifice that you are getting with that hybrid powertrain if you do opt for the coupe version. And I would absolutely say it is worth the sacrifice in MPG over that of the hybrid version if you are considering the coupe version of this car. But overall, the convertible is seriously a car that can be driven nearly every day, rain or shine, top up, top down. It's fairly quiet, the list goes on. The aerodynamics help with the interior, and I'm sure it helps with the overall fuel economy as well. but really I did meet the EPA rating for the combined MPG figures out of the V8 in this car, which is fairly impressive. Now, to wrap up this POV drive, the Lexus LC500 has a ton going for it and is fantastic to drive. Now, if I was in the market for a premium luxury Grand Tourer convertible car, this would nearly be at the top of my list for sure. Now, I actually did have nearly perfect weather, but even in the cooler conditions, like I mentioned, you know, around the 50-degree range, this is still a car that you could drive with the top down and fully enjoy, especially on a sunny day, which we do have plenty of here on the Midwest, but of course we do also have many cloudy days as well. But regardless, the heated features with the heated steering wheel, heated seats, and heated headrests really make this very bearable on a slightly chilly day. So wrapping up this video with my overall final thoughts and bullet points, this vehicle is fast, sounds amazing, is comfortable to drive on a daily basis, luxurious, has a timeless design that looks fantastic still several years later. It has good features in the 2023 and prior models, but I would say 2024 and newer is certainly much better in terms of the infotainment and overall usage. It has small back seats and a small trunk, but outside of this, it is absolutely a blast to drive. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick POV review of the LC500 Convertible. I know this camera angle wasn't the best, so I apologize for that, but let me know what you think down in the comment section below of this style of video and also the vehicle itself. Absolutely loved it, would highly recommend. It does have a premium price tag, but I would say that is a small price to pay if you have the available funds for this vehicle to buy it, given the exclusivity that you get with it, because you certainly are not seeing these out on the road every single day, like some of the other comparable sports cars such as a Corvette and some of the other, you know, Mustangs and stuff like that that are much less expensive but also much more popular as well. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button below, subscribe if you guys are not already subscribed, and overall I want to give a huge thanks to Jennifer over at Toyota Lexus for setting out the LC500 for me to review. It is a much needed break to test out some of these fun cars occasionally here on the channel, because at the end of the day, I can only get so excited about most SUVs on the road. But it is a very good experience, and the LC500 is certainly something special.